Hello, my friends. It is a Sunday morning. It's just gone 9 o'clock, and I'm in Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden here in Tokyo. And I'm recording here on the Insta360 X4. I've got the settings on minus 0.3 EV, and I'm here in the Japanese traditional garden. Now you can scroll around and have a look around me here. This is a highly recommended peaceful spot. If Tokyo is getting a bit much for you and you're a bit kind of overwhelmed and overstimulated, then this is an amazing place to come. It costs 500 yen to come in, but it's well worth it, particularly if you're going to spend a little bit of time here. There's lots of places to sit down. There's lots of places for you to just kind of chill. There's even like a cafe in the middle. There's even a co-working space if you want to come here and work for the day. It's about 400 yen for about 30 minutes. So it can rack up a bit. But if you're coming here for a couple of hours and you've got a little bit of cash to put aside to do that, I can think of worse ways to spend the day. So yes, these are the traditional Japanese gardens. So yeah, do scroll around. We'll have a walk around here for 20 minutes or so. And you'll be able to hear some of the sounds around me too. I'm wearing a Rode Wireless Pro mic today, connected to my Insta360 X4. And you can, if you haven't scrolled around something like this before, you can watch a video that I've got linked that will help you to do that and watch it in the highest quality. I did notice that on the last video that I put out in Tokyo, walking around Sensoji, it's had quite a few views now, and almost half of them are watching on TV. So if you're watching this on TV, do let me know. I'd be very curious on what device you're watching this. Okay, we'll just walk around this little bit of pond here so you can get a good look around as well whilst I am doing this, because it really is a beautiful place. I won't talk the whole time. So Shinjuku itself is quite a busy place to be too. So it's very nice to be able to spend a little bit of time kind of not in the madness that is Tokyo. Ah yes, there's the rest of the pond over there. We'll walk around it. And you'll see other people here, tourists, but also locals. You get a very good deal if you are in Tokyo for quite some time and you think you'll come here a number of times, or if perhaps you're working here. You get a good deal of 2,000 yen for a year's passport. So it's unlimited entry into this place. So if you are in central Tokyo or visit central Tokyo quite a lot, then that's something you might want to think about. And I imagine it's an incredible place to come and see all the different seasons and how they maintain this place as well. Okay, let's keep walking around here, and then we'll take another lap around that pond. Now, today is my last full day in Tokyo on this trip, and it's been great to be here. Oh look, there's actually some blooms here. Let's make sure that we catch those. We'll go across this little bridge so that you can see those blooms. Now, I'm pretty sure that they said that some of these are kind of early blossoming cherry trees. So we'll take a quick look around this corner and we'll see them. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been a great trip, and I've really enjoyed being here. Hakone was a little bit frustrating. I wanted to go and see in Owukadani the volcanic vents, but the weather conspired against me. It was pretty atrocious rain and then snow, which is a fun experience in itself, but not conducive to filming with a 360 camera. Oh, sorry. Just, I'll stop here for a second so you can have a look around. Just take a look at that. That's a lovely view. Look how still that water is and the reflections of it as well. With the big tower building as well next to the park. It's quite incredible. Okay, let's go across this this bridge and we'll go and have a look at these blooms. And we might have a quick stand on that bridge as well and then come back. Here we go, right next to the blooms here. You can see them here. Let's have a look here too. Oh, this person's hopping over the fence. You can see the cherry blossoms here. Just hang on a second, we'll have a look at these ones up here too. There we go. You can see that. Oh, let's wait for this person. Almost finished. We hope. There we go. Let's go and have a look at this bridge. And then we'll walk back around that lake. So yes, Hakone was a little bit frustrating. So yeah, because I didn't do much filming apart from, you may have seen my video of me crossing Lake Ashi on a pirate ship on a very cold day with lots of cloud around. So yeah, that was a fun little trip. That was the only thing really that I managed to get to do in the 3 days that I was there, apart from sitting in some lovely onsen and getting nice and warm and sunning myself. Sorry, not sunning myself, warming myself up in the thermal spring water. That was amazing. I love that. So yeah, you know, wins and losses. I had a very nice time still. So yes, look at this incredible little Japanese garden here. And there's lots of bird watchers here, I've noticed. People with binoculars and big long lenses like these Japanese people here. They look well kitted out. I guess it's nesting season here now. Or getting close to it anyway. Let's keep walking around so you can see these amazing views. Oh look, you can see the fish. Look down here. You can see the carp underneath me. Can you see them in the water? Here we go, a little bit closer. You can see the colours on them as well. And they're coming here thinking I'm going to feed them. Some more here. Yeah, lots of little and not so little carp. Just hanging out here under the bridge in case something good happens. There's another guy with a long lens here. Looks like a Fuji. Possibly not. The little bit on the hand grip looks a bit too big. Okay, let's take a right over here. We'll go back around that bridge and then we'll walk around that lake again. Yeah. So one thing I will say is that I haven't actually been to any of the electronic stores this time yet. So that's one thing I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to go to Akihabara and just check out like what's the latest. I think I'm pretty up to date, but it's always fun just to go and see, not necessarily kind of like what's going on with the mainstream brands, but also just to hang out in Akihabara. It's always an interesting thing to do. But also just to see in the smaller shops, what are they promoting? And particularly stuff that isn't cameras. I don't know what this is, what these are. They look like molehills or something. But were they deliberately put there by the gardeners? They look a bit random. So I don't know, some kind of like molehills here, but they seem to be just, well, there's one over there across the pond I can see. There seems to be a whole patch of them around here. I wonder what they are. If you know what they are, let me know. One of the other things I noticed is that if you are watching my 360 videos, at least the last one that I put up, and I've got a few in my queue to get up here, but the one walking around Sensoji Temple has been very popular in Indonesia and also Japan. And I've noticed a few people from Japan making comments as well, leaving comments. Yeah, one of the things I have noticed is that Japan does feel very full. I've been coming quite a lot in the last sort of 3 years, at least on average once a year. A little bit of blossom shot there. So yeah, lots of visits. I'm kind of part of the problem. I totally recognise that. But yeah, it has felt very full. And talking to my tour guide friend, he also says that he is booked out beyond belief. He has no days off in the next 30 days after I leave. He's not feeling so great today, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to meet up with him later on today, but I'll liaise with him in a little while, see how he's feeling. So yeah, it is super busy. I do remember arriving in Narita Airport, and right from the very start I thought, this is way busier than I ever remember this being before. And the stats bear it out. My friend Roji was saying is that January broke all records, not just for Januaries, which is really not a traditionally big sort of like tourist season in Japan, but just generally for absolute numbers, not even just relative to comparing January to January. It was an incredibly busy month for tourism in Japan. So yeah, Tokyo does feel very full. Less so once you get out and about, I think. Although Yokohama yesterday was bonkers full as well. I've had several experiences where I'm trying to go and get a coffee in the afternoon, and it's proved impossible to get a seat, you know, and it's been like the fourth cafe that I've been to where I can finally grab a seat and sit down with a coffee for a little while. I mean, that seems crazy. I mean, people do tend to hog tables here quite a long time. When they do get a coffee, they do tend to kind of like nurse it for quite a while. I have noticed that. But yeah, it can be really hard in the afternoon. So I try to now stagger my days so that I'm doing more stuff in the mornings. But on the other hand, things tend to open quite late. You know, often some shops in Japan won't open until, 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And they're open until later at night. But, I stopped drinking coffee. I don't know about you. I stopped drinking coffee at around about 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the absolute latest. Otherwise, that's just going to mess mess with my sleep cycle, something horrible. And you can see quite a few people here getting their shots with the background and the foreground that they want. You're able to come and have a look around for free with me, which is amazing. I do love these 360 cameras for these walking tours. Much easier for me as a creator as well to take you around here rather than kind of like editing it. If you're interested in making like a one take video like this, check out the video that I'll link in the description, which shows you how to do that on Insta360 Studio really, really easily. The only thing is that you need a reasonably powerful computer for Insta360 Studio to work on it. But as long as you meet those minimum specs and you've got a bit of time, because it does take a little bit of time and memory to process these larger videos. This one's probably going to end up being just over 20 minutes long. Yeah, it can be, it can chew up your resources a little bit in terms of the amount of time that it takes. Oh, check this out. You can get audio guides here as well of this Taiwan pavilion. Let's have a look around and see how well the X4's exposure corrects for this. Oh, look at that. It's looking pretty good on the screen. Oh, check that out. Oh, I'm quite surprised how well it's handling it. So yeah, we were looking at this on the other side of the lake. And we'll just reach out here. This is the Taiwan pavilion. And you can see out here, and hopefully you'll see a little bit of the pavilion around me as well. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Okay, we'll carry on walking around the lake. Yeah, so one of the things I would advise as well, if you are planning on making videos like this, or even just if you're coming to Tokyo or Japan, make sure you've got enough SD cards to have you covered. You'll be fine in Tokyo or any other big city if you're looking to get SD cards, but particularly if you're using something like an Insta360 360 camera or an Ace Pro 2, then you'll want to make sure that you've got a fast enough card. So yeah, we'll just carry on walking around the lake here. Yeah, making sure you've got a fast enough card that's going to be able to read and write at the appropriate speed is going to be really important, because the last thing that you want is to be out of space and then you have a card and it keeps telling you that you can't write to it, you can't record on it because it's not fast enough. That's not a good thing to happen, so make sure you check that carefully. So yeah, my plan for the rest of this morning is to just hang out here for a little while. That's certainly part of my plan. There is a coffee shop in the middle of this there is a coffee shop in the middle of this park, which I'll try and find. That might be it there, opposite here in that bridge. So I might park myself there for a little while, and then yeah, go to Shibuya before it gets super busy. There's actually another park there which I'm going to go and visit, which mostly the locals use. It's kind of like a rooftop park, and on a weekend it's going to be quite busy with kind of like, you know, young people just kind of like hanging out, but it is supposed to be like quite an interesting place. So I'm going to take you there to come and have a look around on a 360 camera as well. So yeah, that'll be fun. So we'll do that, and then I'll probably try and grab some lunch in Shibuya, do some things in Shibuya kind of things, and then I will, like I say, head to Akihabara this afternoon, and then probably walk back to Asakusa from there, try and get a little bit of exercise in. Oh, there's a greenhouse here as well, which I haven't been to yet, so I do want to do that whilst I'm here. That's supposed to be quite interesting. Yeah. Oh, look at all these manicured and cut topiary kind of like bushes here. Let's go to the middle of this. This might be an interesting thing for you to have a look at and experience. Let's have a look. There's lots of people taking photos here. Looks like there's some more blossom happening. And there's another guy with a tripod looking at some bird, I guess, down there, nesting by the water. I am a bit of a bird watcher, so I am interested. I have no clue about the birds in Japan and what you're likely to see here. Okay, here we are in these this mad little group of manicured bushes. I'll just hold you up here so you can see once we get in the middle. Here we go. This is a good place. Look at that. That's a really nice view of the gardens that you can see all around me. Yeah. What a wonderful little park. I mean, you find places like this in London, but this feels like just a little bit special in terms of the amount of care and grooming. I'm not saying that the royal parks don't do that in London as well, but yeah, in the middle of Tokyo, this is rare. It's lovely too. Okay, let's walk down here by the water. I can hear a train in the background because I think there's an underground station. There's a gate here, and if we carry on walking down here, there's another gate in and out of the park. And I think that's the one that I'm going to be aiming for when I'm, excuse me, when I'm walking towards Shibuya, when I get to sort of like the middle of the morning. What time is it now, actually? It's just coming up to 10 a.m. So I'll probably hang out here until about 11 a.m, what with coffee and everything. And then head over to Shibuya. So I'll be reaching Shibuya probably just before peak madness. So people tend to get going a little bit later, but at the same time, I have noticed that people really value their weekends here. So yeah, I've seen several people kind of up and about early, reading the paper, or also I've seen people, you know, I was up early and having breakfast around about 7 a.m. this morning, and people kind of like up and about going to wherever it is that they might be working for the day. I did notice quite a few people had that kind of like work clothes look about them. So yeah, going to work on a Sunday. Although that probably is still quite early for them. Maybe on their way home. I'm not sure. There's another lake here, and there's something that says there's a formal garden over here. So this is a pretty astonishing little view here too. It's just lovely. Oh, we can see all these spring flowers here on the ground as well. Look like snowdrops. Just reminds me that when I am in England, which I leave for in 1 month from New Zealand, it will be spring there as well. So we'll see a lot of interesting. So it's 100 meters to the formal garden. Why don't we go there? Let's go and have a look at that. I think it's worth bringing you along now that we're here, now that we're this far through the video. Let's go and have a look. I'm not sure when I'm going to process this, because it's probably going to take a good 3 to 4 hours to process this video. It might happen tonight, and then to upload it as well. Yeah, that'll take a while. So yeah, maybe it won't happen until I get home. But here's an interesting thing. I have, when I no, actually I'll save it for another video. You'll have to keep watching and come back. Hey, look, it's another cherry tree. in blossom. Here we go, look at that. And it is March the 9th. And you are here in cherry blossom season. And there's a few birds flitting around in here as well, you can see. Yeah, can you see them? Just tiny little birds, these little green ones. They look like wax eyes in New Zealand. Tiny little birds, flitting from blossom to blossom. How cool is that? How cool is that? All right, so here's the formal garden. I did see somebody there with a Starbucks coffee thing. So I think that's the coffee place there. So we will go there afterwards. But let's go and have a look at this formal garden here. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this avenue here. Oh, that's pretty amazing. That's a pretty amazing sight. There's avenues of these kind of almost like stunted looking trees. I wonder what they're like once we hit spring and summer. I wonder if they look like that then as well. I do wonder. I'm curious about that. We'll just walk through those in a little while. Maybe we'll walk back through the other one. Let's just have a look through this formal garden here for a second. Oof, 26 minutes long so far. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Oh, that looks wonderful. If I can hold you up a little bit, you'll get a good view here of the garden, and you can still hear me. And it looks like there's a pathway that we can cut through here on the left, and so you should be able to see a good aerial view of the whole lot, which would be great. Now I do have the extended selfie stick, but I don't really want to stop recording now. This Peter McKinnon one that he developed with Insta360, this 2-in-1 folding selfie stick has been the selfie stick I've used most, absolutely, since I've been here on this trip. It's really good. I really, really like it. I really like the design. It's really convenient for me to use. Here we go. Look at that. That one, yeah, that looks pretty cool. I like that. Okay, let's walk through this avenue of these terrifying trees. It looks like something out of Harry Potter, where he's like, you know, in the later movies where they're kind of like on the run in the forest. Do you know what I mean? Can't remember the names of the books now or the films, but yeah, towards the end of the series. If you're a fan, let me know, because I think that that's what I mean. Maybe you understand that too. Yeah, look at that. These crazy trees. How does that look? You can look in front of me, or you can look at me. You can just scroll around and do what you like, because it's pretty cool to be able to do that. All right, my friends, watch this video and I'll take you around Shibuya later on this morning. But for now, I'm gonna go get some coffee. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.